Okay, so in this video I want to show you how to set the decimal precision. So let me just demo this as is. This is the same program from the last video. I have 5 meters. Okay, so 5, 10. Look at this. We have kind of a longer decimal. What if I wanted to set the decimal precision to 2 decimal places all across the board? We can do that. Let me go ahead and get back to the code here. I'm looking at my code. So I guess you can add this line anytime before you decide to print out your values where you want that precision to show. We're going to, before I do this, let me scroll up to the top. We need to include this header file. We haven't talked about this yet, but we'll be using it a lot. IO-manip, which is input-output manipulation. We're going to need this to set the decimal precision. So, okay, so right before I print out my results, I'm going to add this code. It's just a cout. It's a cout statement with actually no output. We're just setting the precision flags in this statement. And we'll talk about what all this means, but this is like a toggle, like your caps lock key. You turn it on and it stays on until you turn it off again. So at this point, from this point forward, we're going to have a decimal precision of 2 decimal places, and it's turned on at this point, and we don't have to tamper with it again. So let me go ahead and run this. We'll demo the results. Okay, so here I'll use the same values here, 5 meters. Okay, and you can see all across the board we have 2 decimal places, even on the whole numbers. Okay, so those precision flags have been turned on, and that's the way the output is going to be from this point forward in the program. Okay, so let's talk about what these mean. This should be pretty obvious. We're setting the decimal precision to 2 decimals. Okay, and I just chose 2 arbitrarily, but it could have been any number, 1 or 3 or whatever. The fixed is the fixed number of digits. I think the best way to demo this is to take it out and look at the output. So I'm going to go ahead and run that. Okay, so this is without the fixed. Okay, and we see each number is exactly 2 digits, even if we don't want it to be necessarily. Look at that, looks really bad with the trailing decimal place with no decimals after it. This output just does not look good. We get 2 digits all across the board, just 2 digits. Regardless of decimals. So we're going to leave that fixed in here. That's something that we definitely want. I notice that often, like if I forget the fixed, often I'll end up with E notation, which isn't the end of the world. We talked about E is like exponential notation, even when it's not even a huge number. So in any case, the show point, that's if you end up with a whole number like 5 or 10, the show point would be, it would just ensure that a number like this, a rounded, a whole number would still have a decimal point and some trailing decimals or according to your precision. So the show point will make sure that even if you don't have a decimal component, it's going to show one with some trailing zeros, and that's it. So that's basically how you set decimal precision. We'll often be dealing with decimal numbers in this class, certainly like little money examples and other types of calculations. So this is definitely a technique that I'll want you to know. And it's just a line of code. It's just code when it comes down to it. Add it to your program. Could be at the very top if you want, or just before you start printing out results, this is where you want to add this line. One mistake that I'll see students make, watch this. I'll have students do something like this, beginners. They put it at the very end. Well, now that it's too late. It's too late. The output has already been printed, and the effect isn't going to take. It's not going to take hold until the very last line of the program, and the output has already been printed. So make sure you put it in the right place. That's important. So it's before you start printing the values, you want to turn on those precision flags.